Hi, everyone. Welcome to the latest Power Up series for SuiteProjects Pro. I'm Ronn Breaux, CEO of TopStep. Thank you for joining. Our topic today is ways to manage project budgets in SuiteProjects Pro. Every project has budgets, hourly budgets, dollar budgets. They are a key component of the project management process. PMOs and project managers spend hours per month monitoring budgets to ensure successful and profitable projects. In SuiteProjects Pro, there are 7 ways to store project budgets and manage against them with actuals. So let's take a look at the first way to manage budgets in SuiteProjects Pro. The simplest way is the budget field on the project that is editable, both budget hours and budget dollars. The benefit here is it allows you to easily edit and change budgets versus you're changing the hours or the dollars, and easily see an inline editing budgets from the project list views. However, if budgets do change, there's not an audit trail or a way to see where the budget changed, when the change, or at least not an easy way to do so. So if you're looking to add like change orders or additional or reduced budgets, you will not have that visibility easily by using this type of budget field. The second budget opportunity we'll look at is the transactional budget feature. So if you'll notice in this form, we have our inline editing of hours, but our budget is read only. And this is because the budget is actually being fed by the budget field under financials. The benefit of this budget is you can layer budgets on top of each other. So if I drill down into my budget, you can budget by different categories. You can budget by labor, expenses. You can budget by original SOW. And then you can also store your budget hours here as well. And we've written some automations that allows you to store your budget hours here and then feed them to the budget hour fields on the main project. We can also integrate this budget object from things like Salesforce or CRM. So as opportunity budgets come in, we create these budget objects and we're able to then add additional budgets. So we have a lot of customers that do like the budget of the SOW original is 80,000 in this example, but then they want to move budgets from this project to another project. So we'll carve out a project and we'll say we're going to carve out a $20,000 budget and we'll call this a change order, and we can do notes and descriptions, and then we can reduce our budget to 60,000 for this project, and then we can increase our budget for another project to 20,000 to carve out dollars. So you get that benefit of being able to see the history, and then it's always feeding the budget money field for reporting and viewability in reports and list views. The third budget is really about tracking cost budgets. If we go back under financials, there is a project budget, and this may not be enabled in your account. If it's something you're interested, you would need to get with your support group. The project budget is about managing costs. So you can manage costs at a project level or at a phase level or at a task level. This budget feature can be very complicated, but it is very comprehensive, although it's a little rigid. There's not a lot of changes you can make. But if I wanted to come in here and say I want my initial cost budget, and you could set how do you want to budget? Do you want to budget labor down to the service or down to the job code? Do you want to bring in your labor costs from your task assignments or your bookings? Because it is a cost budget, it does require that you're storing costs at your users for being able to bring in costs. Once you save your budget, now you can go in and add additional budgets. So if I grab my budget link, I can go in and see the budgets. I can see all the phases and tasks of budgets. And then I can go in and add budgets, add expense budgets, add cost budgets. So if I come in here, I can add what my labor budget is for this. I can add purchase budgets. If I want to add a purchase, I can do a quick add. I grab a product and I can put in the cost, or I can do it at a month over month basis. And then as actuals come in, you can track against your budgets for costs. So as vendor bills are created and come in, or purchase items, expenses, time, you have the ability then to start to track your actuals. Here's your actual, and then you can do a compare against your budget. So here's labor that we brought in from the bookings. And if we had had initial costs in here, we would be able to compare our actuals. If you want more information on this, please contact TopStep. We can help walk you through the pros and cons of using this and the additional use cases. Thank you again for joining this Power Up series on SuiteProjects Pro. Again, I'm Ronn Breaux with TopStep. If you want to know more, please visit our website or you can hit us up on LinkedIn. Thank you very much.